Hello, my friends. Today we will continue our reading with Genesis, chapter 25. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran, and Joksan, and Medah, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shah, Shuah. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashurim and Letushim, and Leumim, and the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher, and Hanok, and Ibidah, and Ildeah. All these were children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 160 years, which is approximately 175 years. And then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man, and full of years, and was gathered by to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the fields of Ephron, the son of Zoar, and Hittite, which is before Mamre. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham, that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt in the well, by the well, Lahairoi. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, and Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Adabeel, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadar, and Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are the names, by the towns, and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nation. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, and 137 years, and he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people. Seems like they are living a lot shorter here. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest towards Assyria, and he died in the presence of all the brethren. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son, because Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord, or prayed to the Lord, for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreating of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And I think that basically means she's having twins. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Oh, yeah. Just gotta read ahead, I guess. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of on Esau's hill, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was three scores years old when she bore him, which means I think 60 years. Yeah. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, that same red pottage, which is stew, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at that point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him that he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Just want to commentate on two things about Abraham. First off, it is later in the Bible, it is mentioned several times that Abraham is in heaven with God. And that's interesting because you constantly hear from everywhere that the rich cannot get into heaven. But the Bible has made it clear that Abraham was one of, if not the richest man in the land, yet he's in heaven. Well, how does that work? Because didn't Jesus say that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, than it is for a rich man to enter heaven? True, but he didn't say it was impossible. The reason it's so hard, or seems so hard, is because many rich people are not willing to give away their fortune. In fact, we kind of see that later with Jesus. There was a rich boy who asked, how can he follow Jesus? And Jesus said, give away everything that's yours and follow me. And he apparently refused to do that. Just because you're rich does not mean you won't get into heaven. That just means that because you're rich, you are more likely to love your money more than God. The second thing I want to mention is, apparently Abraham was an adulterer, obviously. He had his wife Sarah, but he had two concubines, Haran and who was the other one? I don't remember what the other one was. I just read it. Well, anyway, he had another concubine who bore many sons, and that just goes to show you that God will call some of his godly people. Every person that God calls godly or righteous are sinners still. And again, we will see that very clearly once we get to his disciples, who many were at the time the scum of the earth. So, a lot of people, I've heard some people say that, it doesn't seem right for God to forgive sin, or how can God forgive my sin? And it's like, obviously he did, because he made disciples of people probably worse than you were. So, on to chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Stay in the land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, thy commandments, thy statutes, and thy statutes. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest he said, The men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. So basically, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, took look out at the window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. That's what sporting means. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife, and thou said she is my sister. And Isaac unto him, because I said, lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So this Abimelech character apparently is pretty good. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward, and grew, until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great scores of servants, and Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them, and filled them with earth. I guess basically filled them with dirt. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the well of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did serve with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove, or fought, for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah, which means enmity. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they fought not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for thy servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servant digged a well. Then Abimelech went from him to Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there be now an oath between us, even between us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. And thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now be blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took the wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, and the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief mine unto Isaac and Rebekah. Alright, chapter 27. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, I guess that means he was nearsighted, so that he could not see. Oh, he's called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, there am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. And therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went into the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spoke to Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak to Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to which I command thee. Now go to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, and he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father supposedly will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such for his father to love, or such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment for the eldest son, Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob the younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared unto the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, where art thou, my son? And Jacob said to father, I am Esau the firstborn, and I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may be blessed. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. Jacob line. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, thy son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands are hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may be blessed thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord has blessed. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing of Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said to his father, Let my father rise, and eat of his son's venison, that his soul may be blessed. And Isaac his father said to him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten it all before thou comest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of thy father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Blessed me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not rightly named Jacob? Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away thy birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said to Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all of his brethren, and have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, That how thou'st but one blessing, thy father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off of thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said into his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort him, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise. Flee thou to Laban, thy brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury turns away, until thy brother's anger turns away from thee, for he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send, and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do to me? And that today we will end there. And next time we will continue to chapter 28. Just want to say thank you for watching, and if you like these videos, please subscribe down below. Please subscribe and click the notification bell to actually be notified of when I post videos. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and God bless.